Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here, and today we are redoing the 2003 NBA draft. We're going to be doing the top 8 draft picks here because that's the players I have access to on this roster that was created here. And just to show you guys here, we have, LeBron James don't really look like that. The hairline, not quite that good these days, but you got LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Dwyane Wade, Chris Bosh, Kirk Hinrich, TJ Ford, Josh Howard, Darko. As a Pistons fan, you all know I'm not taking Darko. These are the guys that are on here. These are kind of the big names from that draft. At least the players that turned out to be something or nothing. The big nothing was definitely Darko here. But we have the first 8 draft picks here, guys. The rest of it is just kind of put together randomly. But the number 1 draft pick, of course, went to the Cleveland Cavaliers. So looking at this roster right here, guys, let's go ahead and check out this roster. Let's go to team needs here. Really, this team had the first pick for the reason. Their best player was Big Z, Zydrunas Ilgauskas. After that, you got Lamont Murray. I don't know too much about his game. I do know Ricky Davis. I know he also played for the Boston Celtics. And I think this is Boozer around when he was kind of maybe a rookie or whatnot. And Bimbo Coles, never heard of him. Deshaun Jop, I actually remember this guy. He was a center. I know he played for the Dallas Mavericks for a good portion of his career. Chris Mimph played for the Lakers, I believe, also. And then probably some made-up guys here. But this team definitely had the number 1 pick for a reason, guys. And it's no doubt who they would take in this situation. This is one thing in history that does not change. With the first pick in the 2003 NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers would select LeBron James. No doubt, guys. No doubt, man, that this guy will be selected. Of course, he was out of high school, so I'm actually curious to see what college they put him in. Probably Ohio State. I thought I heard a boo. I thought there were some boos, guys. North Carolina for some reason. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see what kind of stats he put up in college, man. This will be kind of interesting to see with the LeBron James. Yeah, 89 overall as a rookie. Like, that's insane. About 30 points a game, all-around game. We all know LeBron James, guys. No doubt that was not a bad pick. Here we go. It's my turn, though. As a Detroit Pistons fan, this is the moment I get to dream of, guys. We live in the 2003 draft. Look at the team here, the team needs. We have Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Antonio McDyess, Tayshaun Prince. Actually, McDyess, I believe, was not quite on the team yet. He actually did not come around until after the championship season, so this is a little unrealistic here. But really, guys, they also would trade for, why is it number 35? They also would trade for Rasheed Wallace halfway through the season to end up winning the championship, in 2004. But really, the debate here, guys, is they're pretty much good at every position. Richard Hamilton's actually a shooting guard, so I don't know why he's quite like that also. But, really, you think about it, Tayshaun Prince would probably take the L here, guys. Or maybe they'd even go with the power forward, seeing how Rasheed Wallace was not quite on the team yet. But I think Rasheed Wallace brought so much to that game, or, so much to that team, it would be hard to, not get him later on. So I'm really thinking, looking at this team, you already got an all-star backcourt, Hamilton. Small forward, Tayshaun Prince. Power forward to be Rasheed Wallace. Center, Ben Wallace. I think I kind of like Tayshaun Prince at the bench. He was huge for that team, guys. Like, I love Tayshaun Prince. He really just was a great player. He had that big block on Reggie Miller. But I do think that, looking back, if the Pistons could redo it, they probably would have taken number 2, Carmelo Anthony from Syracuse. I really do believe that. I think also Dwyane Wade, I would have been happy with that. You can't go wrong with D-Wade either. But they already had Rip Hamilton at the shooting guard position. So we got Carmelo Anthony from Syracuse, 6'8", 240 pounds. See what kind of stats he put up there. 84 overall, so, he would have instantly went in and been instant offense. And who knows, because really look at his, oh my god, 34.5 points per game in college, and that's insane. Really, you look at his team that he's never really had any, great all-around talent around him. He has had Chauncey Billups at one point and Allen Iverson, but that's about it. Number 3, Denver Nuggets. What do we got for the team needs? They have Nene, a power forward. He's not 33, he's actually younger at this age. Chris Anderson, who was actually pretty solid back in the day. James Posey. Vashawn Leonard, 75 overall. Juwan Howard. So I'm really thinking, looking at this team, they need a guy that's going to potentially, obviously does become a superstar. But somebody that brings athleticism and really driving ability to this team. And I'm really thinking that the Denver Nuggets, with the 3rd pick, would have to go with Dwyane Wade out of Marquette. It's no doubt, guys. Really, if you really look at, and I'm not doing this in order of who I think is the best players, because of course I think Dwyane Wade is better than Carmelo Anthony. But I'm thinking more along the lines of team needs and what these teams would actually, want at that time. Unfortunately, the Pistons thought they wanted Darko at the time, so Okay, number 4, Toronto Raptors. Of course, they took Chris Bosh back in the day, and he actually turned out to be a pretty good player for that team. Like, he was a really good player, actually. And looking at the team needs here, they got Vince Carter. I think it was at this point that he actually went to the New Jersey Nets. So I don't think he was on the team for this season. Don't quote me on that, though. Of course, you got Mo Pete out there, Antonio Davis, Keon Clark. But, Antonio Davis, 78 overall, not really great. Tracy Murray, don't really know who that is. Del Curry was actually playing, man. So Steph Curry was a little boy back then. Chris Childs. Probably some other guys that were just kind of created here. But I really think that the Toronto Raptors, they would probably go down that same road, guys, and take Chris Bosh. Because, a good scoring power forward, a good solid player. I really think that's the way to go. Chris Bosh goes back to the Toronto Raptors. Okay.
Toronto Raptors select.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really think of anybody else they would take in that situation. And, of course, hindsight's 50-50, guys. Like, we know how these players turn out, so it's a lot different. This is where it gets interesting, because now you kind of have, like, those big 4 players gone. The guys that you really think about the 2003 draft that really sums up that draft. Look at the Miami Heat there. Team needs, they got Alonzo Mourning at center, Eddie Jones, Caron Butler at small forward, LaFonso Ellis, Jim Jackson, Kendall Gill, and some other. This dude, god damn, the dude making $0. His salary is 0. Oh, probably expired contract. Okay, that makes sense. I had a stupid moment right there. Okay, so choose prospect. Who do we got left here, guys? Really looking at this team based off potential. I'm thinking they will need a good solid point guard on this team, and really you kind of record TJ Ford. TJ Ford actually was having a pretty good career before he went down with a horrible injury. But between the two guys here, Kirk Hinrich had some good moments on the Chicago Bulls. TJ Ford, before his injury, was a very good player. But based off a good defensive guy that, Captain Kirk, I'm really thinking, look at this draft here, the next pick would have to be Kirk Hinrich. Going to
with the 5th pick,
the Miami Heat. And really, guys, I mean, I'm sure there was other, second rounders in this draft that just is not on this roster update here. But, I don't know, I think Kirk Hinrich's a good pick. Now you got the Clippers. And I have no doubt who the Clippers would take. Because the Clippers seem to be a cursed team no matter what they do in life. It makes sense that the curse of Darko Milicic would go to the Clippers. And actually, let's check out their team needs real quick, see who's on this team. They got Elton Brand, so they don't really need a power forward, but Darko is actually more of a center. Lamar Odom, the Candy Man. I love the Lamar Odom back in the guys. It was so much fun to play with him on 2K. Corey Spaghetti Maggette and Michael Olawokandi. I think this guy was also a bust too, wasn't he? Yeah. Pretty sure he was a bust. It says undrafted, but I think he was like a first pick overall and turned out to suck. They also got Darius Miles. But really, the Clippers back in the day took a lot of L's, so it's time to take another one. Darko Milicic to the Clippers.
With the 6th pick in the NBA.
Oh my god, don't even show me his face. Oh my god. Ugh. Don't even want to see his face. Let's see what kind of stats he averaged over there in Serbia. If it's going to tell us. Okay, it ain't going to tell us. Whatever. Chicago Bulls time. Who the Chicago Bulls took? They took, with the 7th pick, they actually took Kirk Hinrich, back in the day with the 7th pick overall. And actually, I'm surprised Chris Kaman's not on here, because Chris Kaman actually went to the LA Clippers back when he was on this team. So I don't know why they didn't put him on here, because he was like a top pick. But looking at the Chicago Bulls team needs, they have Jalen Rose at shooting guard. They got Jamal Crawford, who's actually more of a shooting guard position, but I guess could play point guard. Tyson Chandler, who they ended up trading, I believe. He didn't really play for that long. There's Coach Hoiberg. Eddie, oh god, don't get me started on Eddie Curry, man. That's the one Curry that did not turn out to be good. Okay, but I'm thinking, now that Kirk Hinrich's gone, this team would still be looking for a point guard. And I think that point guard is the only one left. TJ Ford. I'm more of a Chevy guy myself. Actually, I kind of like Fords. I drive a Chevy. But Fords aren't bad. They're okay. From Texas, 6 foot, 165 pounds. TJ Ford going to the Chicago Bulls. And we got the last pick here, guys, for the Milwaukee Bucks. And, yeah. Let's look at their team here real quick, see what they're all about. Gary Payton, Sam I Am Cassell, Michael Redd, one of the deadliest lefties you'll ever see in the game of basketball. Tony Kukoc, Anthony Mason, Tim Thomas, another pretty decent player out there. So really, all that's left to take is, at this point, Josh Howard, who he played for the Dallas Mavericks I think he actually was an All-Star one season. The Milwaukee Bucks actually did take TJ forward with this pick, but of course he's gone. We don't have access to any other players here. So, maybe a Chris Kaman would actually be a better fit in this situation, but of course he's not available to us. So, naturally, the last pick going to Josh Howard. Guys, comment section below what you think this draft would be like. These, if the 2003 draft were to be redone, what players would go where, how does this stack up against what I did. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video. And let me know in the comment section below if you want to see some more draft redos. Hope you guys all have a good day, and peace out, my friends.